Good day, everyone. My name is Dan of SharpTrade.com, and we are continuing in our series of how to begin for investing and trading. And please remember, this is part of a series or a playlist. You can find this on our main website, SharpTrade.com. If you're seeing this video somewhere, just remember it is in a series. You can go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, look at the playlist and bring up the playlist, and you can watch all of those videos in order of how to begin for investing and trading. We're continuing from our previous conversation, and usually by this time a person is looking to get started, to get into it, right? And they run across what is known as paper trading. Now there's a few different names for it. When I was starting off in 1996, it was paper trading. It can go by many names. Paper trading, demo trading, paper money. One broker's calling it paper money now. There's now a term, I guess, that's becoming more popular that gives it a bit of air of sophistication. I'm not demo trading, I'm not paper trading, I'm forward testing. You know, doesn't that sound so much more sophisticated? But the idea is the same. The idea is that you take simulated funds and you take the actions you would normally take in the market, and you see how it works out, but it's not real money at risk, right? And that way you can sort of begin to find your way. Now, I phrased it that way specifically. You can begin to find your way, because there are benefits to demo trading or paper trading, but there's also a few dangers that we would like to warn ones about. So, yeah. Just look at demo trading as a way to get started and a way to begin and to sort of start to find your way. Now, where can I get a demo trading account? Many brokers offer them. Please don't make me go grab that, let me Google that for you link again. That's what Google is for. But most brokers offer some version of it. TD Ameritrade has one they call paper money. And what's nice about that in TD Ameritrade's version, and a lot of these newer versions, is when you switch between charts, it says paper money, right? So they have the regular live platform, people who are trading actual money, and that just says think or swim. But when you're switching between in their paper money, it lets you know you are in paper money. So it's sort of a nice feature. Now, there are benefits to starting off demo trading, though, and paper trading. We don't want to just look down in the mouth of it, right? If we're traders starting off, you know, we have actual funds. Anybody that's just starting off, you have to start off somewhere, right? We were all new at one time. So, there are benefits to demo trading or paper trading. Without risking real funds, it gets you in the mode of logging into different platforms and understanding that different brokers, have different platforms. Some platforms have really neat features, other platforms have really neat features, but that you don't find the two features between them, right? Brokers are always looking to improve their platforms, and they're just different. They're just different. And it gets you in the habit, too, of logging into different platforms and learning about different platforms. As well, get you used to charts and different ways to look at charts. There's many different ways to look at charts. There's many different formats to charts, time frames of charts. You can look at them from all the way. You can measure it out in terms of where every single candlestick you see is 1 month, or you can zoom in all the way to a 1-minute chart, a 30-second chart. I don't really recommend that too much, especially for folks getting started. But it gets you used to at least different charts, different formats of charts, different types of charts, and at least gets you used to that, and that's a good thing for folks that are new. It gets you used to entering orders. You can enter the different types of orders out there, limit stop, market, all those different types of orders without risking real funds. So you can learn how those different orders work to some extent. Since it's not an actual environment, there are some orders that would not get triggered in a real environment. If you use a limit order in some environments and it just doesn't get triggered, well, it doesn't get triggered in a live environment. Whereas demo trading accounts usually just always fill it. So there is that. But it does get you used to at least that there are different order types, and that's a good thing. If a person is disciplined, we're going to start to segue into some of the dangers as we end out this video. If a person is disciplined, if a person is disciplined, a person can start with simulated funds and start some record keeping, right, on the side. There's some broker platforms that measure some things for you, but I generally find it's better to do my own record keeping. You know, your maximum drawdown, your return over a time period, you know, all those different types of measurements you can keep track of. How this particular strategy is performing, what sort of environment. So you can have your trade journal, you can have, you know, your record keeping in addition to a demo trading account. The reason I said if a person stays disciplined is because usually people at this stage, this is where they get sucked into being an action junkie. They just fall in love with the charts and they fall in love with the patterns and the moving averages and the tools. And trust you me, there are a host of technical tools. Putting one on top of the other doesn't guarantee the trade will become successful. But that's why I said if a person stays disciplined, because you know you have to stay disciplined to sort of pull yourself away from the charts and treat it like a business. As well, it can help you to start to develop some discipline, and I do want to stress that, only begin to develop some discipline. It's not real funds, okay? Let's just say that. It's not real funds. But a lot of times what will happen at this stage of the game is not only do people get sucked into being an action junkie, let's start talking about some of the dangers. What happens is they start off and they're still learning. And they have a demo trading account, right? So you'll have a demo trading account. You'll make a mistake and you'll learn, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have used that type of order. I would have normally used this kind of order. I wouldn't do that again. And so they reset the amount of the funds and start again. And they have another trade. And then they do something, the trade's a loss, and then, oh, I see what I did wrong. I wouldn't have done that. What I would have done is this. Do you see a bad pattern developing here? And they reset the amount of the funds. And they sort of start over. And they just keep redoing that. You know, so they'll continue, and they're continuing their learning process since they're still new. And they're saying, I would have done that differently. I would have, and they just keep resetting the amount. Now what happens, and this is just statistics and probabilities, is they run into a string of winning trades, right? I took this trade at 1, boom. I took this trade at 1, boom. I took this, and they start subconsciously. They're not out to lie, and they're not being deceptive, but subconsciously their mind starts curve fitting their results without them even really being aware that it's happening. So it's at this stage that a person can start to develop some discipline not to do that. If you have a loss, suck it up. You made a mistake. Because here's the danger when it comes to demo trading and paper trading. You can never, ever simulate having real funds and real money on the line. Cannot be done. And I've had people that argued with me on that. Oh, no, it's you know, if you just view it logically like a Vulcan and divorce your emotions, it's the exact same thing, and you just do that in your mind, and you do a little meditation trick, and it's the same thing, right? And they argued with me backwards, forwards, and 3 ways till Wednesday. It was like, all right, well, believe what you want to believe, right? Well, they came back about a year later and said, yeah, Dan, actually when I was doing that, I was only demo trading. I was doing what you talked about, and you're right, there's nothing like real money. One person told me when they had real money on the line, they lost some money on a trade, and they went in the bathroom and they threw up. That was their first reaction on their trade. So there's no simulating that. When it's real money, there is no do-over. There is no, let me take that back. 3 words you need to learn that just have no bearing, no application in the real day-to-day application of the capital markets and trying to trade the capital markets. Woulda, coulda, and shoulda. There is no woulda, there is no coulda, there is no shoulda. I would have done this, I could have done that, you know, I should have done this. Once it's done, and with real money, it's real money. So there is nothing that can simulate real money. Now, saying that, we don't want to look down on folks that are new, right? Everybody was new once. paper trading, demo trading, forward testing, paper money, whatever you want to call it, it has its place. It has its place for folks who are beginning to find their way. Just be aware of those dangers, please. Don't just keep resetting things until you statistically just happen to get on a good set. It's like, nah, I'm ready for real money. You dump a bunch of money in there, leverage it up, and, there goes your money. And maybe a little bit more than what you put in the account if you leveraged up. So just be aware of that, okay? Don't accidentally or unintentionally begin to curve fit. Realize that in the life of actual trading and the reality of actual trading, there is no coulda and woulda and shoulda. It can never simulate real funds. It can't do it. It's impossible when real funds are on the line. And that's the whole thing. With demo trading, there is coulda, woulda, shoulda. With paper money, there is coulda, woulda, shoulda. With real money on the line, there is no coulda, there is no woulda, and there is no shoulda. Okay? So that's demo trading. It has a lot of benefits. You can start to find your way. That's what we want to stress. You can start to find your way in the process of just beginning as an investor and trader. And that has been what it's always been, right? It's simply been our thoughts, not yours, for whatever the heck day it is. As always, stay safe, trade well, and remember that love doesn't cost a dime.